Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm going to be installing a set of 1 1/4 inch lift blocks on my 2019 GMC Canyon. So if you follow my channel, you'll know that recently I installed some Bilstein 5100 shocks on my truck, front and rear. So I decided on these GM 1 1/4 inch lift blocks, which is a popular installation on these trucks. Pretty straightforward and easy to do. I'm going to do this installation without having to jack up the truck. I'll show you kind of a neat trick that I picked up from another YouTube video. I should gain exactly the height of the lift block, which is just a hair shorter than 1 1/4 inches. But these are the OEM GM lift blocks. I bought them from GM Parts Direct. I'll post the part numbers for these in the description box below. Along with the lift blocks, I'm also replacing the U-bolts. Very important to do. Alright, so here is the driver's side. We're just a hair under 36 1/4, 36 3/16. And here is the passenger side, about a 1/2 inch higher, give or take, at 36 3/4, give or take. So there are our baseline marks. I'm just going to call it 36 1/4 on the driver's side, 36 3/4 on the passenger side, and then afterwards we'll measure again and see how much we actually got. So let's dig in underneath the truck and get started. So here we are under the truck, and like I said, I'm not jacking up the vehicle to do this. I'm going to remove this pair of U-bolts, and then I'm going to jack up the leaf spring just enough to get the block in, and then I'll drop the leaf spring down on top of the new block. Using my new U-bolts, I'll tighten everything up. Here's the factory, I guess this is the underside perch. I don't know the official term for that, but there's 4 13/16 bolts here. Mine are pretty loose already. I've tested them, but you may need to use an impact to get them undone. Mine are not that bad. And I am going to be reusing these nuts, and there's a washer here that I'm going to be reusing as well. So there's our factory perch, which we are going to reuse. And our original U-bolts, which I'm going to discard. So here's a quick comparison of the factory U-bolts and the new ones that I'm using. You can see the new ones are about 1.5 inches longer, so we'll be fine when we install the new block. Alright, so now that I got that U-bolt disconnected, I'm going to start to jack up the leaf spring and slide in the new block. Got it jacked up. I've got plenty of clearance here now for the new block. You need to make sure that you get that new block installed on that centering pin. There's that one on top, and then the new block has one on the bottom that needs to go into the perch on the axle. It's hard to tell here because it's kind of dark, but it should just slot in, and then when you lower the springs, it will slide into this one. So let's try it here. Alright, now I'm going to lower this down. So when you reinstall the U-bolt, you want to make sure that you get it on top of this piece here, which just sits on top. It's the bump stop. You want to make sure that U-bolt gets installed right in this groove here. Just like that. And now we can install the bottom part, the clamp I guess you could call it, and tighten it up. Alright, so when you're installing this bottom clamp part, you need to make sure you get it oriented in the same spot, left to right, that it was before. And you can use the marks that it leaves on the axle to line it back up. You can see I've got it perfectly aligned. Now I've got all these nuts tightened up so that I have equal thread lengths sticking out of the U-bolts on all four. But now I need to torque these down. And the torque setting for these is 59 foot-pounds on the first pass. So I'm going to go around and do 59 foot-pounds. The second pass is a torque to yield of 125 to 135 degrees. Also note you need to tighten these in a X pattern. So I'm going to start with that front left one, then I'm going to go to here, then I'm going to go to here, and then I'm going to go there. So a crisscross X pattern. So 135 degrees is a little bit more than 1/3 of a turn. So I'm just going to do a 1/4 of a turn plus a little more and call it good. And it appears that I've got equal lengths on the threads here. I'm going to go ahead and call that good. Now, I may drive around for a week and then come back and double check the torque on these just to make sure everything's solid. Now that we've got the driver's side done, let's hop over to the passenger side. As you're installing these fasteners on the U-bolts, make sure you're running them up equally. So, you know, tighten them a little bit and then do the crisscross pattern, tighten this one a little bit, go back here, tighten this one, and then do this one until you start getting your torque value of the 59 foot-pounds, and then you can work your way around in the crisscross pattern again. But just keep going around crisscross pattern until it's all snugged up, and then do your torque of 59 foot-pounds, if that makes sense. Alright, so here are my final values before taking it for a drive. It may settle just slightly because we jacked up the springs and they're a little bit compressed, but as you drive they might just settle just slightly. So originally we were at 36 1/4 on the driver's side and 36 3/4 on the passenger side. After, we're 36 9/16 on the driver's side, and 38 1/16 on the passenger side. So overall we gained 1 inch and 5/16. Considering the blocks are just barely 1 1/4 inch thick, we got more than that before the springs have settled. So I don't know what to expect after they settle, but I mean, obviously it will settle just slightly. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Love it if you subscribed. Stay tuned for new videos. We'll see you next time. Later.